most calming. Okay. Which one can cross the blood-brain barrier? That's sesquiterpenes. Okay. You've got some books. Let's look at cardamom.
Cardamom?
Cardamom. Ooh, yum, it's so good for the digestive system. Oh, and here comes some peppermint, here comes phenols, and examples of oxides.
Oh, well.
With the Dorado Azul and cardamom.
We already did these.
Okay, is it asking?
So cardamom is ginger?
In the ginger family. So what chemical constituents do we have?
I think esters.
Yay, so it's
Calming.
calming, okay.
And then it has oxidates,
Oxides,
okay, alcohols,
okay, so oxides, we know it's an expectorant and mildly stimulating. It's got alcohols, which is uplifting, safe, reverts cells to normal function.
and monoterpenes.
Ooh, it helps discharge existing toxins from the liver and kidneys and helps prevent them from forming in the first place.
And that's it.
Right, and that's it. And
Oh,
where do you put it?
and aldehyde.
And aldehydes, those are also calming. Sweet. And cardamom is used in folklore for digestive issues. Ooh, got an upset stomach? Ooh, cardamom. Yum. It smells so good. It's delicious. Put it in your beans. What is your crock pot beans? Put it in there. Put some of those pods in there. It helps you digest. If you don't have any ginger, I put the ginger and the cardamom in there.
Where would you buy cardamom?
You can get the pods. Any health food store. Any health food store. Or you can get you can also, so cool. All you have to do is look at oh yeah, that's fine.
No,
If you're okay with him.
Is that why the Indian food is so easy to digest? You can eat a amount of it. Because it has all this stuff in it.
It usually has cardamom in it, right? Yogi tea?
And
There's cardamom in
cinnamon
there.
and curcumin and turmeric and you know,
Yeah.
everything there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing I was taking with turmeric paste. I make my own turmeric paste and I'll,
That the one Siri putting on? Yes.
yeah, her recipe, yeah. Boy, she was definitely a godsend. All right, so chemistry is not the only way to choose an oil. Physics is a fun way to choose oils too, huh? Yeah. So we might also use on the back, here we've got physics is fun. These are actually copies of slides that we had made.
Here.
All right, we got him. He's saying sweet. Okay, so we look at frequency in this book, in that reference guide. I don't know if it's page 9 or page 4, way in the beginning. There's a chart on here too. I think it's page 9 probably. Let's see. You'll see a little. Right. You'll see something like this.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, and here you've got page 9, I'm not sure if it's in this book or not, I haven't looked in that one in a long time. You can use frequencies, we can use, in this case, I'm not quite sure how to say his name, but Bruce Tyneo of Tyneo Technology in Cheney, Washington, he made some equipment to help measure biofrequency. And so, he and Dr. Gary Young teamed up and they and they measured some frequencies of things. Okay? Now they mention in the book that the equipment is extraordinarily sensitive, so it's hard to duplicate these tests. So it's hard to say if somebody else does these tests, are they going to be similar or the same to what they found. But what they found was all these different frequencies of the human brain, of the human body, of what the body's like when the flu invades, okay, when cancer sets in, when tissue starts to be broken down from disease, Epstein-Barr virus, death. They did some other studies where they did, it's almost time for us to pull out our sleeping lion pose, because they did some other studies and they found that meditation helps increase your megahertz, the vibration or the frequency in your body, by 15 megahertz. A megahertz is 1,000,000 cycles per second. Right.
What's that, it consists by 15?
15, and we've got these for you. These for you, and then there's some fun little tidbits
Okay.
with, on the back there, more studies comparing essential oils and antibiotics.
Negative thoughts.
Yeah, negative thoughts can drop your biofrequency
By 12.
12 megahertz. That's pretty, I mean, and, okay, positive thoughts help raise your frequency by 10 megahertz. But look at that, meditation. What is the sleeping lion pose?
A lot of work.
Well, it's-
Yes! Not as bad as the planks, but...
No, but it's a lot of work. It is, but when you focus, we're getting energy. Remember we had those 3 types of energy? We got the stuff we get from our parents that are passed down, the food and breath. So we're adding energy to our body with the breathing. Okay, and then the third way is cosmic, your cosmic connection. Woo, that's the wooey part. That's also meditation, is it not? So here we are doing a breathing meditation while we're holding a yoga pose. And we're focusing on opening up meridians within your system. Cool. Isn't that why we've got a 4th stage cancer patient? She was doing everything except a sleeping lion pose because it's a lot of work. She started doing a sleeping lion, but she finally did everything that we were suggesting, including the sleeping lion pose. When you know, she's like, this is amazing. I'll have back pain, and I'm doing this, she'll do the sleeping lion pose or the breathing meditation the way that we suggest. And she said, it is making all the difference. All the difference. She was at 4, and I said, okay, go up to 5 minutes now. Okay, her hair is growing back. It started growing back 2 days after the radiation stopped.
But
And
for
she's
how long
also
does she do
drinking.
this?
4 minutes every day.
4 minutes.
4 minutes every day. But she's also taking some supplements that we recommend. She's taking some homeopathy that she looks up. She's drinking the Nano Vital water to help support the DNA structure within her body so that when she heals, it stays healthy as much as possible. Hair isn't supposed to grow back for at least 30 days. 2 days. It's the cutest little thing. Cutest little sprouts going on there, but I mean, it's amazing. And she said, I feel it. When I don't do it either as long as I need to or at all, I feel a difference. So it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. So, and now we can see, okay, well with this, according to this test that was done, I'll be darned, it shows meditation can increase your megahertz. 15 by 15 megahertz. 1 megahertz is 1,000,000 cycles per second. 1 million. I wish we could zoom in on that one. For us,
Hulda Clark, I don't know if you know her, is a German doctor that She has a book about cancer or whatever. And she studied the frequency of everything, and she created a little electrical zapper, they call it. And I got over Lyme disease with that.
Great.
I had massive Lyme disease, and the doctor said, you know, you have to live with it. And so I hooked myself up to that machine every day for a year for 1 hour, and I got over it.
So there's something to be said for frequency,
Yes.
I mean, to say the least. Because you've got the chemistry, but look at this with this processed or canned food, and there's a little chart in there in that book. Processed or canned food, how many megahertz is listed there? 0. The chemical constituents are in there, but there's no life force behind it. Does it make a difference?
Yeah.
Don't know. My guess would be yes. When we go, not only does purchasing fresh produce is less expensive because it's not processed, it's also better for you, right? So we got fresh produce up to 15 megahertz, dry herbs 12 to 22, fresh herbs 20 to 27, and essential oils 52 to 320. Ooh, who has the 320 megahertz? Rose, yeah, baby. How expensive is rose?
Very.
About $200 for, if you get the real deal, $250 for 5 milliliters of the real stuff. If you're buying rose and it's inexpensive, oh look, rose for $10.
Don't buy it.
I would ask all of those questions, but I would probably, you get what you pay for. And I would probably steer clear of that particular, unless it's 1 drop or 2. $5 or $10, I'd say 2 drops. Maybe 3 tops. Okay, does that make sense though? Okay, isn't this beautiful? This little, and you can see this was from an article that was written by Dr. David Stewart and posted on a Dog's View website. There's an article on there about do essential oils contain proteins, enzymes, vitamins, or hormones? So it talks about the size of each of those things. Is it possible that, it can help with precursors? It talks about the chemistry. It talks about the frequency and physics. Take a peek at that website. It's pretty awesome.
Dog's View, that one?
A Dog's View, yeah. And it's all, the address is, Bless You is right there at the bottom. So just look at A Dog's View, and the name of the article is, do essential oils contain proteins, enzymes, vitamins, or hormones? And look at this cute dog picture. Oh, it's so cute.
Oh.
It does look like a big boy. His name is King, and he was a little pup. Oh gosh, that dog is adorable. Okay, well here's another interesting thing that they did with the frequency measuring. A coffee study, if you want to call it a study. There were 2 people, more like coffee data collection, right? A 2-person study is not considered a very good study. You needed over 1,000, I think, 1,000 individuals in order to make it a good study. Okay, but they're just kind of testing things out. A 26-year-old and a 24-year-old male. Okay, that's 2 young bucks, nice and healthy. They measured their biofrequency. It was 66 megahertz. Let's look up in here. Normal frequency for a healthy body is 68 to 62. Maybe they had a half a negative thought or something. Okay, so what they did is they had the 26-year-old. Now both of them started with 66 megahertz. They had the 26-year-old hold a cup of coffee.
Just hold it.
Just held it. In 3 seconds, his megahertz decreased to 58. He just held it. Wait. No, so you do the sleeping lion pose, or you use essential oils.
I was
Because wait a
just
minute.
reading that it's really good for Alzheimer.
Well, so is exercise. So is exercise. Everything in moderation. Just everything in moderation. You have to enjoy your life still, right?
So what happens after 3 espressos?
And I don't know. They didn't do that. But hold on. We're not done. So they had him smell an essential oil. They weren't specific with that. And in 21 seconds, his megahertz rate rose back up to 66.
Any oil? We don't know which
It
one.
wasn't specific in the data. Okay, now the 24-year-old took a sip of coffee. Right, the guy that just held it and could smell it, oh, it smells so good. The smelling guy, the holding guy, it went from 66 to 58 in 3 seconds. The guy that took a sip, it went from 66 to 52 in 3 seconds. I know, look, see, that's the responsibility for it.
Yeah, we need a close-up.
He didn't get any oils. It took 3 days for his frequency to go back up to 66.
Wow.
Without smelling, he didn't smell any essential oils, took 3 days. Well, but wait a minute.
No wonder.
Well, but wait a minute, right? Positive thoughts can raise your megahertz 10 points. Meditation can raise it 10 or 15, right? Wonder what sleeping lion pose does. I don't know.
So I can drink as much coffee as I want if I do the sleeping bag or
This is the breathing meditation.
meditation and have nice thoughts and that's
Well, hey,
a lot of work.
But everything's in moderation, or smell essential oils. Have something, you've got some at home that are good quality. Try that, you
Do
know.
I have them? The one that Joe is using?
For us, people get the same quality that animals get. There is no differentiation for the herbs that we recommend, as well as the oils. They're all human quality. So, yeah, if we give you something for your pet, you can use it for you. And if you have it for you, well, you can obviously use it for your pet, too. Careful with the cats, though. Okay, so now let's go to this. Oh, there's no room for that, so I'll tell you what, the Buddha belly, we need to get that video. Okay, so now look at this, physics is fun. Look at this, physics is fun. Okay, now we're gonna tie it back into, bless you, now we're gonna tie it back into the chakras. Okay? Roy G. Biv, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Those are in frequencies as well, right? And those are frequency, that's a frequency as well, each of those colors. Lower frequency to higher frequency. Okay? Now, in DreamWeaving technique, we look at, if we've got lower frequency, something that, when you look at this chart, okay, healthy physical body, 68 to 62. Healthy human brain, 72 to 90. Some of these essential oils have frequencies listed after them. How cool is that? Not all of them, even some of the blends have frequencies listed after it. If something has a frequency of 100, would you say that's good for the body, for the mind, emotions, or spirit? If it's at 100. So we wouldn't necessarily say body, because we want a lower frequency, something that might be closer to, 68.
Oh, you're looking
62
at
to
that one.
68, yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at the.
Yeah,
Oh, 100.
well, because, the only reason we included this is because that rose oil
It's so high.
is so high. Do you want to just take rose oil by itself? In our case, we would say no. We would say, you want something that's going to keep you on the planet as well, because we want, hey, we're in our body, we want to enjoy it. So we might find something that is a base that helps with the body and helps keep somebody grounded with rose, and perhaps helps deal with the emotions that may show up in between. So that's why we may use 3 oils. We've got rose and at least one other to make sure we're grounded. Okay, does that make sense? But at 100, what do you think? Looking at this frequency chart, if the human brain is 72 to 90, that's thought. If a healthy body is 62 to 68, that's the body. So, but at 100, where would that take us?
Spiritual.
Mental, emotional, and if we're up to 300, we're probably looking from spiritual, okay? Does this make sense? And we'll show you some, at some point we'll do body padding, that's another thing that's easier than doing the breathing meditation. It's easier than doing that, still raises your frequency, but let's take 2 minutes, let's do this for 2 minutes, and raise our frequency with the sleeping mind. And then we'll come back here, so you've got the basics of what you need, right? Different ways to choose an essential oil. We've looked at the chemistry, we can look at the chemical constituents of any oil that we can look up. Maybe we don't even know what it is, but by understanding the chemistry, we might have a pretty good idea of what it does. Is it enough to look at the chemistry? Not by itself. We need more information. We might want to look at the physics. If we have the numbers for the megahertz, okay, that might give us even more information. Somebody's been using this for 3,000 years. Cool, what did they use it for? Holy moly, that says the same thing as the chemistry and the physics. Okay, well, that makes sense. What part was it made from? Ooh, from the stem. Maybe that's mainly targeted at the liver. What does the folklore say? Yeah, that says the same thing. What do the scientific studies say? Sweet. They're saying the same thing. Okay, I've got at least 5 things backing up my idea with this oil. Yeah, it's a little bit of work. And that's the one I intuitively went to. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to go with that one. Yeah. and for this reason, to help target my liver. But look at all these other things it does. Sweet, right? I'm quoting you. Sweet. Okay. Okay, and so do you see how we're doing this? You see how it's a lot. I know, you don't realize this is what we're doing on the spot. While you're telling us what's going on, we're like, okay, all these things are kind of going through our minds, and that's why we may actually look up some stuff right there in front of you before we work on you. Well, because we can't know everything about all of these oils, and we want different perspectives so that we're choosing so we only need to use 3 to 5 instead of, well, here we'll use this one for this one for this, and those 10 for that, and it's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but we want to be more efficient for your body. If you want to buy oils, we want to help you choose, right, 1 oil or maybe 2, because good quality is costly, and it's well worth it. In quotes, well worth it.
So roots should be fire. They're good for the heart. I guess if you look at beets and.
But beets are good for the liver.
What are roots of plants? Roots of plants. If we have everything else here with the other elements and we have no fire element.
It depends.
Okay.
It depends. We'll get to more of that. Let's stick with chemistry for this right now. But
Just think of
a root chakra. Roots are also very grounding, but in the case of beets are really good for helping support the liver. And the greens, don't leave those greens out. It's a little bit tough to handle when you juice them, but man, are they good for you. And whoa, what color is the root chakra? Red. What color are beets? Red. What happens when you put a leaf or beet green in the juicer? It comes out red. And what happens, I had a patient freaking out. She went to her MD and she's like, my urine is red, and they don't know where the blood's coming from. And I said, did you have any beets recently? And she said, yes. And I said, there you go.
There's no pay, please. No.
Yeah. She was already coming. She came in every week when she was in that part of the world, so. And so it was like, you don't always want to overthink everything. You also want to have some common sense. Makes sense though, huh? So, but you see, we're starting to put some of this stuff together, and you're like, oh, cool, okay. Well, apply it not only to the oils, but to the food, to the herbs. Oh, this has this molecular constituent in it. Oh, I know what those do. Cool. We just talked about that. In an hour, I learned how to an hour and a half. I learned how to, pick some of this stuff out and say, oh, I know what that's good for. Oh, shoot, they're saying the same thing in that article. Sweet, yeah, pat. Good stuff, then you feel good about it, and you've got it right there to refer to. You've also got the internet at your fingertips. Books from good sources. You want more than one source, right? One person is not enough to understand something completely. You want more than one source, because people have different perspectives. Then you get a more complete picture of what you're doing. So let's raise our megahertz. We'll just do this, our frequencies, we'll do it for just 2 minutes. Really focus, pinpoint your focus. And then we'll come back here and discuss why we call this DreamWeaving technique and not DreamWeaver technique. And discuss the importance of self-care. Why we do that, why it's so important. And then answer any questions you may have.
Could you go through the breath one more time?
We'll do it with you. Yeah. I'll do it with you.
I had one question.